So, how are you guys? What's new? How are the dice rolling?
The dice are rolling great, but I'm just feeling exhausted all week. So that's fun.
Yeah, it
Yesterday was
happens.
playing some D&D, one of the dragon heist scenarios, and I'm just like, oh, here's this ring we got off of like an antagonist. I'm just gonna wear it. Oh, here's a portal circle upstairs. I'm just gonna walk across it. Whoops, looks like I teleported right to the big bad.
Yeah, that's great. Which enemy do you have?
Um, Manshun right now.
Yeah. When I played, we also had mention. He's very tough.
Yeah. Additional points, we've already failed.
Like we played and then we got killed. Like in the first session, there was a party wipe, and it was really funny. Like just from like some regular enemy that nobody was supposed to get to wipe. And then in other time we just like somehow stumbled upon Manchun, and then we killed him and he was really pissed after that.
Oh
Because
yeah.
we some I think some cleric of ours like held managed to hold him, and then I cast silence spell on him, and we just like, and then he
Seeds
was like,
in Manshun.
yeah, and then he was like really after us.
There were a lot of close calls early on in the campaign with like random, seemingly one-time enemies. I'm looking at Hackmaster right now, and it's like, by the way, you just start with like 10 HP and then an extra 10 because of your race, and then you roll dice, and it's like, wow, this immediately solves the problem I keep having every single time I play 5th edition.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, but anyway, did any guy of you guys play the Savage Worlds?
No, I don't think I did.
No.
Because I'm just now like reading rule set. I was like considering like trying it, so I thought maybe you have some experience with it, because it has like this really strange, like this exploding dice and stuff, and people like don't like it so much because of it. But it sounds really interesting. Most interesting is that it's you like when you level, you don't gain health and stuff like this. Like you characters stay like mostly the same power level, which I find good for a GM. There is no power curve, this feared power curve, because like if you listen this what's the name of this channel, really recommended for everybody that is into GMing. It's called Dungeon Craft. It's by one
Oh
of the
yeah,
guys that,
I think I know which one you're talking about.
yeah, one guy that was like one of the founders of Dragon magazine and stuff like this. So he said that like originally, this leveling curve was invented because they wanted that the players have like sense of achievement. But the caveat of this is that like every time a player levels, he gains more power. So the monsters have to level as well. So basically, nobody is actually getting more power because it's everything stays the same. It's like this Skyrim, Elder Scrolls scenario where the world levels with you. So basically, you never actually become more powerful. You all the time staying the same
Hmm.
power. But the problem is that the game behind the scenes starts to be more and more and more harder to balance. And in the fights and everything gets longer and more chaotic and boring because it just like takes forever. So he says, and this is true. He said, just look at all the modules that are released for Dungeons and Dragons. Even now, like 5th edition, you will see that most of them are like power levels from first level to 6th level, or like the maximum is like to 12th level. Because after that, like the balance is so much out of whack, you cannot really. It's very hard to write.
Yeah, it's this design where 2/3 of the game isn't actually played by anyone. It's like, what's the point of that then?
Yeah, so basically, like uh, he's like there is like these newer games that they're like kind of taking away the levels, but then the players they are like, oh fuck, we also want to feel progress. Like if you play Fate, no levels. But then, like, if you have a longer campaign, players are like, like nothing happens for them, So it's a bit, it's hard. It's hard to balance. So anyway, that's why I was looking like this Savage World, and I see like you don't really gain health, and the combat is really dangerous because like you get 3 wounds, you die. It doesn't matter which level you are.
I feel like you'd probably like the sanguine stuff where it just has uh different states of injury. So you go from like hurt to injured to dying, and then you're dead, kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, basically, like if you're harder to hit because you're more skilled, but you don't have like more and more and more and more hit points, because it's just soaking damage. It's really does not add to nothing. But that doesn't mean that the enemies that you're going to face today are not going to have shitloads of hit points, because they will.
That's okay. I'll just dodge everything forever.
Evil GM. Okay, so let us just recap what happened last time. So, Joseph, what were you up to? Just remind me.
I met a weirdo in a puffy vest that was named Zico Nex.
All right.
And in a nutshell, he said that there's chips that could be found maybe in this complex that will make the robots ignore the user after said chip is slotted into a terminal. Zico also said that all of the robots are an extension of Guardian. We shouldn't trust Mother. We shouldn't trust the Guardian, I don't think, and we shouldn't trust the Antlions.
Okay, great. And Arlas, you had this collapsing staircase scenario, I think, something like that.
Yup. I had a fun adventure going up the staircases, trying to sneak past a very big killbot, being chased by the killbot, and then watching as it tried to stumble down the staircase and break it.
Now that you say it, reminds me of end of RoboCop with these huge robots that fall down the stairs.
I
Like
gotta
it
wonder, how
was.
did they get it up there in the first place? Did they have like a service elevator straight to the boardroom?
Could be. Okay, so and Theo, he's dead. So I don't know what we decided on the end. Theo, you are is Theo with us or not?
Well, no, Theo's dead, remember?
Or is his destiny unknown?
Well, destiny unknown, he's dead, but we know what happens when he's dead.
Okay, so Theo, he's not dead, but he's somewhere, possibly.
TBD.
TBD, yeah, we don't know what will happen with him because he's just resurrecting all the time and all the time and all the time. So who knows what will time bring
At least
to
it's
him?
already one time better than Jesus.
Many times, many times. Who knows for how long he lived? Also,
Ironically, he
but,
could have killed Jesus.
if anybody could kill him.
Well, I just mean that he was a Roman soldier at one point, so he could have been around to have killed Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
So quite literally,
Possible.
could have been better than Jesus as he bested Jesus.
And then a
Yeah.
12,000-year memory gap. Sure.
Yeah.
Although
Jesus,
I-
famously, not a great fighter.
I really don't think that even an immortal character could live 9 billion years.
Literally could.
He theoretically he could, but
Because remember, if he's even disintegrated, he will reform back later again. So the age of the batter is not a problem.
yeah, but
Maybe killing Jesus made him immortal.
the Earth, what happened with the Earth is so unknown. It's
It doesn't really matter. Theo is also from another dimension, so
could
he's
be, yeah.
ultra-dimensional.
Could be, yeah.
Oh no, it's
So-
not. He could be. He is. It's literally one of his descriptors.
So anyway, the alarms are blaring as you, unknown person, drop completely naked, the tubes still attached to your body from this watt that you were inside, this genetic watt, or how the fuck should I call them? All the time I don't have a proper name for them.
Canning fluid.
Yeah, this big, glass watts, and we have a picture. Let me just bring back the picture, which will help us imagine this. Oh, the watts, right? The watts. Show the players. So you drop down from one of those onto the ground. This sticky yellow fluid splashes all around you as you're on your knees and on your hands, basically vomiting the fluid that was pumped, that you were breathing, and gasping for air that you didn't breathe for nobody knows how long. You stand there, your skin wrinkly and wet, and you look around you and you see this room, this other watts, and perhaps five, let's see, I think five ant-like creatures the size of the man, neatly disassembling two of these watts and taking out other humanoid creatures out of them.
Are there any lights in this room?
Oh yeah, they're lights. It's dimly lit, but you're looking at this scene, not really realizing what is happening right now.
Yeah, I don't need to know what's going on right now. I want to destroy the lights.
What you want to do? You want to destroy the lights. Yeah, the lights are probably dim to the point that they don't really bother you. They're like really dim and comfortable lights, like.
It's fine. I'm acting off of instinct here. I want to destroy the lights.
Okay, so you run towards there are two big points of light in the room. But you're dodging next to these ants. They're just dragging a still living body, like bit twitching next to you. The same body like yours, basically. The face you don't see. I mean, the face you don't recognize. But
Cool.
this-
So they're gonna have a lot of fun with that. I'm technically made of stone.
Oh, you're technically made of stone. Like,
Yeah, I have a humanoid form, but I'm like chiseled stone. So
okay, great.
have fun
The-
eating
the-
stone, you fucking
Why not give
ants.
us like the full descriptors here?
Well, I am a very tall, gray, chiseled stone humanoid. I mean, there's not much descriptor because I'm naked.
Well, I meant
So-
like is a forward-thinking delve who shreds the walls of the world.
Oh, you mean actual? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
In the words of general information, I thought you're like, well, describe yourself. Oh, I'm naked, or I'm bald, much like you people. I'm a Durak Nano, who delved too deeply.
Nice.
Would you be like this creature, like the guy from Thor Ragnarok, like really made from stone? Are you really made from stone, or are you just really
I'm
tough?
literally made from stone? Yes, I'm literally made from stone, but unlike the creature from Thor Ragnarok, which, oh, by the way, are we calling him a creature? He was a person, goddammit. Anyways, unlike that, I'm imagining I'm more like, instead of like a random assortment of stone and whatnot, that I've been chiseled into a humanoid form. So I'm more refined, even though I'm very much not human.
Let's just now pause the game and let's just talk about uh lore of this race, because I'm just
It's a
I'm
visitant.
just
Visitants are visitants
sure.
are non-human characters in Numenera. There's
okay,
like 6 of them in the book, I think.
no,
of
that's
which-
great.
of
I'm
which-
just interested in the like description, like what they say. Visitant is basically an alien. Anything can be visitant. Like the game is full of visitants.
Yeah, I know. But
Like
you were taking like a step back, so I just wanted to clarify what it was.
No, I didn't read about this race. I'm just like curious.
Alright, hold on a sec. I've closed most of the books, so let me reopen.
It's just out of curiosity, because it sounds cool.
Let's see. I think it's in the first one. Sorry, I also got to figure out. It's one of the official books. Don't worry about that. I didn't go back into any of the other stuff. I just can't remember if it's Core Options 1 or Core Options 2. I'm sorry, Character Options 1 or Character Options 2. See, yep, I got it right. It was Character Options 1, the first book. Alright, Dirok. In places far from towns and other settlements sprinkled across the countryside, people tell tales of the living rocks. These creatures are known as wisdoms in stone to the nomads of whatever, and as the voice of gods to hermits and anchorites who pass their days in the cold desert of wherever. I can't pronounce these names. The names, while descriptive, erroneously assign a supernatural aspect to what are, in fact, a people who have chosen to live far from the lands settled and controlled by humanity. Anyone seeing a Durak, as they call themselves, understands why so much mystery and wonder surrounds them. They look like beings made from rock, crystal, and metal. No 2 Durak are alike. Each is a unique configuration of inorganic material. Most have bodies made from the sort of stone. Page break. Flecked with transparent crystals. Some look like raw ore, while others appear to be formed from clear crystal. Draks can be quite small, from the size of a rock a person can hold in one hand, or massive, standing 2 or 3 times the height of a human and looking more like a walking boulder. Most Draks are a bit taller than humans and weigh up to 10 times a human's weight. I mean, how much do you want to know?
Okay, so great. This sounds great. So what are you made of?
I'm stone. I am made of stone.
Okay,
I'm
so
not a
you-
crystal, I'm a stone. But
So
like I
you're
said,
not a
instead of looking
crystal?
like a walking boulder, I look like I have been chiseled into a human form. So I am generally a very ugly, stony human looking. Like, imagine any movie where, like a golem comes to life, but it looked like it was a statue before. Kind of like that.
Okay, but you're like irregular, like this guy from Thor Ragnarok, like chunks
No,
of
that's what
rock.
I specifically said. That's why I keep using the word chiseled.
Okay, so great. You're like a nice living statue.
Nope, I am ugly as hell. I am very badly chiseled.
Badly chiseled statue.
Because
Okay.
specifically, I have a number of inabilities, one of which I've actually trained away because I had the points in training. And apparently, if you spend training on something you have an inability in, they cancel each other out. So, let's see. Inability: you are not expressive, and others have a hard time understanding you. The difficulty of tasks involving interacting with others in a pleasant manner is increased by 1 step. I still have that one.
So like speed task plus 1 step. What does this
It's
mean?
basically its inability, but it's not listed as an inability in the thing, so I just kept it on there like that.
Okay, so
Basically,
you
so you see the things that say inability, those are obvious, you know what those do. But interacting with others, plus 1 step, I have a harder time doing it. So if you say it's a difficulty 5, I'm gonna be like, okay, it's a difficulty 6.
so perhaps just right inability, but now I get it. I get it. Great, great. I like it. Okay,
Right, so
so
I have a hard time with speed. I would have an inability with initiative, but that's the one I traded away. I have an
okay,
inability with
so
speed, an ability with interacting with others, an ability with running. So when you just described me as running, I probably just really slowly walked towards the lights. And I sink like a stone because I am stone.
okay, so basically you woke up. Do you need to breathe? Are you breathing?
It doesn't
Do you do
say that I don't.
just say, do you think you breathe or not?
I'm assuming I do because I have to eat food, so I don't see.
Okay, great.
So I have an internal body biological structure.
Okay, great. So maybe on inside you're soft somehow. Doesn't matter. Let's leave it at that. So yeah, okay. So rest of the tubes are empty, and the only one that is still like the rest of the tubes are broken. This ants already destroyed them, and they're dragging out this only one that is like you, also chiseled from stone, and he's like twitching a little bit, but he seems like he's dying. Okay, but you avoid these ants and you just go for these slides because they're really hurting you. And what do you do? Do you punch them?
Yep.
Are your fists also like a lethal weapons? I guess they are.
Ah, they're just like fists. I just have
Yep.
I'm trained in air quotes smashing things.
Yeah, I guess you would be. I guess you would be. Like where it says that you're trained with the okay, smashing things. Great, great. So still smashing things would be just one did like damage to, just so you know,
Right, but it doesn't mean I can't just keep smashing away at them.
because it's a light weapon.
Yeah, since I hit it more than one time.
Okay, so you smash these lights and there are few lights there, and then after that nobody's stopping you and the room goes dark completely.
I can see in total darkness as if it was very dim light.
Great. So you see still everything. The room is now totally dark, but you instinctively realize you can just see normal in this total darkness. There is just one door to the south of this in this room, everything else, there is this glass on the floor, and these ants are basically pulling this body, and they just went to some hole in the wall, and now you're alone in the room again.
What material is in this room?
There are a lot of like cables and metallic stuff, like rails and all kind of things.
Alright, if I see a lot of cabling, I'm gonna start ripping cabling out and wrapping it around myself. Like forming this.
Okay.
You saw Final Fantasy 8, 10, 9, 10. Maybe it was 10. Final Fantasy 10. You remember Lulu from Final Fantasy 10?
No.
Lulu was the
No.
woman who dresses up in a lot of belts.
Okay, great. So you rip out those cables and you start wrapping them around yourself, and now you're a stone man dressed in cables. There is a door to the south, though, so that seems like the only exit out of this room.
Right. I got you there. Wrapping myself up in cables as I just previously described. Go to
Your
somebody else.
mouth.
Go to somebody else real quick though. I have to be right back.
Okay, great. Okay. So wait, guys, I will just also take a minute, and I will be back. Okay, guys. Joser, what is happening with you?
Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to search the area he's in. You know, there's various halls and rooms for one of those chips that Zico was talking about. They might be in one of these rooms.
Okay, so you're still on the floor number 1, and you open how many doors do you remember? Because
I believe I
I
got to
well,
4 or 5, and I tricked the robot into going into one of them to try to fix the light, and I don't think it's come back out yet.
Okay, great. So I think there is just one more door for you. Like you open 3, and then there is one where Zico is,
Yes.
and then let me just see where this is in my okay, great. Okay, so roll you roll here 1d4. Okay, so
If I recall, I kept getting 4s last time, so getting something other than 4 and a 2 is a nice change.
okay, great. So there is a door there, but the door pad, the other ones were the pad was opening like automatically, but this one you put your hand on it and it just turns red.
All right. Well, I have magnetic powers, and I've used it to open doors in the past. So let's try that.
Okay, this is going to be, I will say, DC 5 task.
All right.
Now that
I'm going to spend 2 out of intellect combined with my edge and lower that down to.
Okay, so you successfully open the door and it opens into something like that you access immediately as a storage room. Okay.
Excellent.
So yeah, there are boxes and like cupboards made of metal, like, and some really dusty decomposing things on the shelves and stuff like that.
Well, the only guardian around here that was worried about any kind of time limit at the moment was the one that Joe's restricted to fixing a light bulb where there's no other light bulbs. So he feels he has time to go and look around in here.
Okay.
Like, see what's in the various boxes, and is there a desk in this room? Like somebody would be in there watching.
Just give me 1 sec, please.
Okay. Basically, I'm saying, is this like a police evidence lockdown, or is this just storage?
I mean, it's just storage.
Okay.
I'm just looking to open some book here. Okay, great. Great. Okay, so right back at you. Okay, so ask away. Sorry.
Ask away.
Yeah. What do you want to know about this room? Because I was just concentrated on something else. Sorry.
Okay. Well, are there any Numenera computer parts? You know,
Okay,
those chips that Zico was talking about.
okay, great. Good question. So you see like 3 boxes there, not made of carton, made of some kind of strange material. You don't even know how to open them. And then there is one locker that is like human height, like a big locker. So you don't know what's inside of them, but you see that locker is also having some kind of a password on it.
So it's not a tumbler lock you could manipulate.
Yeah, no, but actually now that I think, it's also made of metal. But the boxes are like they're made of some plastic, but you don't really know. You don't see nowhere the way how to open it.
So this is not somewhere I could apply my light tools that I got from Theo.
Oh yeah, you can. So
Well, let's go for the easy target first, and let's get the locker open.
okay, so the locker will be like I would say difficulty 4.
Okay. Damn it.
Yeah, you try to concentrate your powers, but no, it does not give in.
All right, well, let's try the tools.
Okay. So you will try to open it now with the tools.
Yes.
Okay, so now it's going to be harder. It's going to be difficulty 5. And you must use You must spend one effort even to try it. So
From
one might effort. So
all right,
it's
and I'm
cost
gonna
one might
spend.
effort, and then you can just try it to difficulty 5.
Or can I use my intellect since I'm using tools and lower it by another 1 to 4?
Um, use your intellect. Are you trained with anything that would help you in this matter?
Nope, unless you want to count lies and trickery as tricking this box into thinking it should be open.
No, no, no. So no, but I think you will need to use might on this because I don't know. I think you're not able like to understand how is it open except the brute force that you're using now.
All right, I'm gonna spend 3 points from might and necessitate a naps.
So you already have to spend 3 points of
Yes,
might.
because I don't
And
have any edge in it.
yeah, and then you need to spend another 3 because this first 3. Okay, so but you
Well, I spent the
succeed.
one you told me to spend just to do it, and then I spent the 3. So
Okay,
unless you're
great.
saying I need to spend 3 more
No, no,
to
no,
make
no.
it a total
You
of
open it. You open this thing.
okay,
It was really hard to open. Okay, but on the end, your persistence pays off, and okay, this is interesting. Oh, great, great. What a great day for you. You look inside and you find inside you find 2 iotum. So write down that you have 2 iotum. If you
under
want
artifacts and oddities.
yeah, do you want to know specifically which iotum you have? Or is this not important for you?
I don't even know what to do yet, but I would be very interested in learning.
I think doesn't matter. You just write that you have 2 iotum.
All right.
Iotum is like things that you can use for crafting, but some classes they can use them to do
Okay.
other things as well. They're just like parts of ciphers. So when you open this, you saw like some kind of cables and stuff like this. You know, you see this is useful, so you just grabbed it and.
Right.
But there is a problem. You grab this 2 iotum and you basically realized you don't have nowhere to put them. But then you look on the side at these 2 boxes. They're made of some kind of plastic
Yes. I
stuff
was
that is
about to
made
ask if
like
those boxes look portable.
yeah, could be. But let's just focus on this right now.
Yeah.
And then amid these cables and stuff, you see a pyramid made of metal, and it's on its sides. It's like it has like this glowing lines, like going through like digital lines. It's pulsing with this bluish light inside, like on the sides from these things. It's just casually thrown in there among some cables and stuff like this that you cannot really understand what it does.
Well, that definitely looks like it's good to hold on to.
Okay, great. So what are you doing with this?
Well, just carrying it in his hand for now, and then he'll go to one of these
Okay,
plastic
so you
boxes and try to force that open.
okay, so you touch this, you grab this pyramid, right?
Yes.
Okay, so please make me just tell you, I would like you to make I don't know if to be. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Task difficulty 8, speed. And I will let you try to resist its effect, like however you can.
You said
You
speed?
feel you speed, yeah, you touch this pyramid, and as you touch it, the light that was all around glows green, and you feel like you yourself start to become two-dimensional somehow, and the thing is pulling you inside.
Well,
So,
shit.
so I will let you right now do whatever you want to resist its effect.
Uh, I guess try to rip the locker apart, no finesse. Get two pieces of it between him and the pyramid and try to force them apart.
Okay, so how do you are you trying to use your magnetic powers?
Yes. Full on
Okay,
onslaught on the locker if I have to do that to break it.
okay, great. This is going to be difficulty 8. Use whatever you can.
All right, I'm going to spend 3 out of intellect to make it difficulty 7.
Okay.
Or with my edge, I only had to spend 1.
You can still difficulty 7 you cannot beat. You need to at least lower it by 2.
All right. Would understanding Numenera help me, or
Okay,
defense rules resist mental effects?
okay, so I will let you use the one that lets you understand mental effects, you say?
Defense rules to resist mental effects.
Okay, so great. I will say this is a mental effect, and I will also let you use your understanding Numenera.
So that would each lower the difficulty down
But you have
to
salvaging.
6.
Oh no, it's Arlas. Sorry, I open up. So okay, great.
So that would make it difficulty.
You reduce it by 2, and
All right.
then
Then I spent the 2 points out of intellect to do another. So that makes it 5.
that's so wait. So we reduce it from to 7, and then 6, and then you reduce it to 5. Yeah.
Yes. Become the flattest person in the party. Flat Stanley was a good book, but I'm not 6 years old anymore. God damn it.
And you fail, and now you have 4 XP. You can use this to reroll if you want.
Yes, I'm going to do that. Let me take note of that on my. Spent 11, banked 3. I'm glad I did not spend them. All right. Same roll.
Same roll. You just use 1 XP to reroll.
Can I do that
Nothing.
again?
You basically could, but I had like players re-rolling like many times in the last game, so I'm kind of on the edge if I like to allow people to re-roll endlessly with their XP.
All right.
But you know what? I will let you one more time. But then I'm just saying I basically do not like one re-roll and then that's it, you know. But go on.
I really do appreciate that.
Okay, try. Let's see.
And that was 5, if I recall.
That's difficulty 5, yeah. Okay.
That's
So,
oh my gosh.
yeah, so sorry, man, but you're dead. No. Okay, so you become flat and you try everything. You throw this onslaught on the thing and on the locker, and you try to smash it, and but still you like the whole universe is shifting, like everything is becoming bigger and bigger, and you feel yourself becoming two-dimensional. It's really weird, and then you're just sucked inside of this pyramid, and you find yourself standing on the what is an inverted black obsidian pyramid amongst nothing. Like you look, you're basically on this black glass-like obsidian platform that is maybe 50 meters in diameter, and all around you look up and it's just nothing. It's just black, everything. But still, there is maybe some kind of a spiritual illumination because you can see yourself, but the light is not coming from nowhere, and there is nothing there. But then, in the moment, you turn around and you see another person sitting there, like on the ground, and in kind of a fetal position, like sitting and like hugging his knees, and he looks like this. And he does not notice you, and you just turned around and you've seen him.
What's the
And then,
name on the what's the name on the
oh wait, I just okay, great. Now you see him. Sorry. So you see this guy,
mhm.
and yeah, you're now inside of this pyramid. Okay, Arlas, where are you?
I believe I was on the landing, heading upwards. Uh, Basically just right outside the door and taking a break.
Okay, so you're taking break, you're taking a breather as you look in this abyss where this whole staircase plummeted, and
Mhm.
just like wondering like what now. And yeah, that's it. There is a door back to the first level now.
I don't suppose I've heard anything behind me.
Yeah, you still hear this one robot going around, and then suddenly you were interrupted by very loud noise of like metal like bursting around, and then you just felt like a pop, like something disappeared from reality. It was
Huh.
really weird feeling for you.
That's a really weird feeling. It also feels really dangerous, and Arliss is just going to look at himself, look at like all the hair still standing up on end from being stun batoned to death, a couple of the bullet holes he has. I think he's just gonna take out like another water pack and just drink it.
Okay, great.
The next rest I have here is like for 10 hours.
Okay, so you want to rest for 10 hours. Great. Uh, yeah, back to you, Pharaoh.
I'll go ahead and just give it a roll to get it out of the way.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I'm back up to 6 might now.
Great. So, Pharaoh, you are, you read the votes.
Right.
What do you do? What is your agenda?
Well, I mean, you said there was a door. I'll go through the door.
The door is closed.
I open the door.
You cannot, because it's closed, and there is no handle.
So it's not a door then. It's a wall. Because
It's a wall.
even if
It's
it was a closed door, that's the only thing you can do to a closed door, is open it.
Okay, so it's like this two sides door, you know. So you want to strength open it. You want to force it open.
Sure.
Okay, this is going to be just, I would say, 7 difficulty. Strength check.
I have 3 might edge, so I will reduce that down to a 5. I have 2 effort, so I will spend 2 from my might pool.
Okay, great.
Sorry. What did you say the original difficulty was?
7.
So I'll bring that down to a 5. Is this good smashing things apply here? Since I'm trying to force with this thing.
You know, I would allow it
Alright.
this time. Because, like,
Didn't matter. In the end, it didn't matter.
you can still try to do it again, but you will need to apply. You will need to apply another. You will need to put some additional effort, like for the cost for doing it.
Well, I mean, I went full effort already. I can't put
Yeah.
any more effort than I already did.
Okay. Great. And yeah, so
Cool. Locked in a room. No escape. Cool.
locked in the room. Just locked
Back
in the
to
room.
you, Joser.
And this is why, in the words of wise Monty Cook, that designed Numenera and is a great game designer, he says, "Don't let players roll for things you don't you don't want them not to succeed." So yeah, now you're locked in the room, and I don't know what's gonna happen now, and how you're going to get out of this room.
Well,
I
then we
have
have
no
another
idea.
discussion like we did just before this game, where I roll up another character, because the one is now dying in a 28-hour coma. This guy's trapped in a room with no escape. And the third guy is going to wake up in a tube, in a room much like this one.
Ah, this is great.
Good game, guys.
Lots of
I'll be
fun.
back in 2 hours.
However, you look around the room, basically thinking there is no other exit, but there is another exit, the one the ants use to get inside. So all you need to do would be to crouch your big body and try to crawl through this small passageway.
Yeah, I'm like 7 feet tall.
Yeah. But you can do it, and this time no roll, because I don't want it to get stuck. So are you braving the little passageway?
Yeah, no, I assumed I was already doing it. I was waiting for you to say the next thing.
Okay, so you enter this passageway and then you see it branching to the left and to the right. Which way you go?
Right.
Okay, so you go right and you crawl. It's completely dark. It feels really nice to you. This darkness is suiting you. And then, boom, you come to the dead end. But when you look at this wall blocking basically you can see some light pouring from the other side, and you clearly see that this is not this stone, this limestone that this tunnel was drilled through, but a lot of piled stuff, like maybe some metal rubble and stuff like this. So basically it's just gonna you will need to put effort to clear it up. So it's just going to cost you 3 effort if you want to clear it up.
Again, I have 3 might edge, so it costs me nothing.
So your strong body is not even phased a little bit by this insignificant obstacle, and you just clear it, no problem. It does take you like 5 minutes.
Actually, by the terminology that you just used, it's impossible to get through there.
Why? What
Because
did
I
say?
only have 2 effort. You said it requires 3 effort.
No. Sorry, it costs 3 might. So 1 effort, basically. Sorry.
Okay. Say effort is a
Great.
terminology word, so.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. My bad. So 3 might it costs 1 effort. This is nothing for you. Just clear it, and you come into same room. Like it's not. It's basically the same room, but this is not your room. Some of the vats are broken. There is liquid all around the floor, and you see 2 bodies suspended in this vat, still alive, but they don't look nothing like you. They're not stone made, and there is a door to the north and to the south.
The north and the south are what orientations from me?
There is a door to the north and to the south. Like there is no north and south here because who the
Right, that's
fuck
why I
knows
asked
there
what
is
orientation they were to me.
So when I say north and south, I'm just like forward, backwards,
Okay,
right,
close your
left,
eyes for me, real quick. 2 tricks. Close your eyes. Now,
Yeah.
imagine that you're walking into a room, right, from a broken-ass tunnel.
Now
this tunnel that you're facing, the doors are on what orientation to you?
I understand what are you saying. So you walked out and the doors are to your left and to your right.
I go right.
Okay, great. So you go right and you enter a room that is super brightly illuminated.